Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. Today we are going to be talking about power rankings. Specifically, we're going to go division by division. By the end of it, we'll go ahead and do a full power ranking for the entire league itself. This is post June 1st at this moment, so things might change in terms of roster constructions that might alter the power rankings. So we'll do another one probably before the season starts. But for now, we're doing it at this point. We're going to start off with the AFC East, a division that I'm close to, and it's a very bipolar division. So let's go ahead and start ranking those teams. So first, we'll start off by talking about each team themselves. Just break down a little bit of the roster, quick synopsis on that, and as well as their schedule and their likelihood of coming out with a decent record and where they would stand. To start off, we'll start with the division winners from last year. It was the New England Patriots who managed to wrestle the AFC East championships away from the reigning champs, the Bills, for the last 5 years, and managed to make it all the way to the Super Bowl with stellar play from Drake May, their quarterback, their young one, who's looking like a stud at this point. And hopefully he can keep that up and actually continue to succeed and do better from his position. Now, they did have decent changes in the roster. Significantly was the loss of Stephon Diggs. They released him, especially after all the drama that he's been involved with, and managed to trade in AJ Brown as the replacement, which in my opinion could be an upgrade because of the type of receiver he is. Diggs was more of a quick, dynamic playmaker, but more towards a slot wideout, and AJ Brown is a big body, large contested jump ball type player who can also come into the slot and play inside as well a bit. So it's a little different in terms of the dynamics. So we'll see if Drake and AJ can link up and actually become something a bit more spectacular offensively. Now, a bunch of other pieces did occur. They did sign players like Romeo Doubs to play alongside with AJ Brown, so it's going to be a question of what's going to happen to Kayshon Boutte, if he's going to stay with the team or try to make a move out. And then also added to their defensive squad with Kevin Byard III as a safety, Draymond Jones defensive end. Additionally, they added a couple offensive pieces on their line with Elijah Vera Tucker and Caleb Lemieux. Now, as the winner of the division, unfortunately, they end up facing the top teams in the other divisions on their schedule in 2026. So their schedule is looking pretty fearsome. I'm gonna be honest, I think most of the schedules in the AFC East don't look that great, but particularly the Patriots is a tough one. When it comes to their easy opponents in this schedule, it's basically the Dolphins, the Jets, and potentially the Raiders. Outside of that, every other team has been in the playoffs, has looked pretty good, and could be a problem for the Patriots. However, the Patriots conversely are a problem for them. So they might have a tough time this year replicating what they managed to pull off in 2025. Next, we'll go into the team that was in second place last year, the Buffalo Bills. So the Bills are going through a decent change. They managed to make the decision of relieving Sean McDermott of his position as head coach and not make a huge shift change in terms of head coach, with promoting Joe Brady, their offensive coordinator last year, to head coach. So it seems like the move was just simply to shake up the defense. So now that McDermott's out, they brought in Jim Leonard. He's going to be running the defense. So there's going to be a shift there. A lot of changes already have occurred in terms of the roster development for the team on that end. They managed to bring in a weapon for Josh Allen on the offense, because on offense, it seems like the receiving position was their weakest position. And they traded for DJ Moore from the Chicago Bears. He's going to be their one in terms of the receivers. They got Keon Coleman. Hopefully they can get a resurgence out of him, even with the criticism that came from ownership, and other pieces like Josh Palmer and other players to step up and actually do something offensively. On defense, they managed to sign Bradley Chubb. He's going to come help out with linebacker pressure situations, so hopefully that's a good addition. Overall, it's significant changes in the back safety room, where they brought in Gardner Johnson and Geno Stone to fill in with Cole Bishop on that rotation. Now the Bills, as well, like I mentioned earlier, have a tough schedule, a fairly tough schedule, especially to start off. The easiest teams they got on the schedule is the same as the Patriots in my opinion. They have 2 matches with the Dolphins as well as the Jets, and then on top of that, the Raiders, which is a question mark at best with all the pieces that's changed on that team. So they're going to have a hard uphill battle in terms of managing a good record or a very good record or replicating what they even had last year, just due to the fact that their schedule is so tough. Those were the 2 top teams. Now, personally, and I can, no spoilers to probably anybody, those will be the 2 top teams in terms of positioning and power ranking. Following them, we'll go into the Miami Dolphins. They happen to be going through a lot of change. They moved on from Tua. They've gotten rid of Jalen Waddle. And the only piece that they are retaining really is Devin Achane as their running back. Everything else basically is in flux. They've released Tyreek Hill. They released Bradley Chubb, who's now on the Bills. They've released a majority of their defense, in all honesty. And they're basically in a full rebuild. The main piece they picked up was Malik Willis as their quarterback. Who knows if he's going to end up being their franchise quarterback? Likely not. However, there's always a chance he did play well as that backup in the Packers organization to get paid to be their quarterback for the time being. But most likely he will be like a bridge quarterback unless something drastic happens and he balls out. Alongside Malik Willis, they did bring in a bunch of other players that are, decent. They could be good players in terms of the starting lineup, but not a lot of other big names. So they pretty much are in a massive rebuild. Following them, we're going to be talking about the Jets. Now, the Jets are going to be interesting just due to the fact that their quarterback position is really confusing. They decided to trade for Geno Smith, who is coming from a very bad year with the Raiders, and returning back to New York where he had a very bad time. Now, will he be more of Seattle Geno Smith or more like the New York Jets / Raiders Geno Smith? That's going to be the make or break in terms of will they have at least an acceptable season. So with the addition of Geno Smith, they bring in Minkah Fitzpatrick, who is an amazing safety. So hopefully he can help them potentially get an interception this year. We'll see. They, from there, managed to grab a few other players like Joseph Asai and Demario Davis to help solidify that defense, especially after they moved on from Quinnen Williams last year. And drafted in the first round multiple players. They pulled off 3 picks in the first round, so hopefully those players show up and become something. They have a chance if they do gel all of a sudden to do something, but likelihood it's the Jets are going to Jets and they're not going to really do much. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Like I mentioned, for all the teams in the AFC East, their schedule isn't really favorable. But between the Dolphins and the Jets, it's definitely the Dolphins that have a more tough schedule. The Jets managed to be the worst last year in the division, so therefore they got the worst teams in the other divisions. So they have a few more chances to sneak out wins as long as the team manages to gel properly. But when it comes to the power rankings between these teams, I feel like it's going to be more of the same, except for I do believe the Bills will be able to do more with more cohesion and less drama than what the Patriots have been dealing with this offseason. So there's a chance that they might sneak back and steal the division. So I feel like the top team would have to be the Bills, followed by the Patriots, third being the Dolphins, just due to the fact that they might have more upside in what they got, and then followed by the Jets, because unfortunately the Jets are the Jets. And even though they have a lot of young potential, will they be able to bring out that potential and do something with it? I doubt it. So they will most likely be at the bottom of this division. So again, I think the Bills will be number 1 on the division, small margin, but number 1. Then the Patriots, after they get stuff sorted, they might be able to manage to get another good season in. Then the Dolphins, who I have more faith in, and then the Jets right down at the bottom. So let me know what you think. I know everyone doesn't agree with me at all, so let me know what you think. What's your ranking? Where do you feel like there is a difference? Just comments below, and I'll be loving hearing from you guys. But until then, please like, subscribe, greatly helps the channel. Until the next video, be blessed. See ya.